I'm a reporter in New York City, and this is what I'm covering this Monday morning. I took this video at around 4:30 this morning outside the Roosevelt Hotel in Manhattan on 45th Street. This is actually on 46th Street, but I'm just showing on this side to show the line of migrants that are sleeping on the sidewalk. Now, these are asylum seekers. They arrived in New York City a couple of days ago, hoping to get processed at the Roosevelt Hotel. Now, this was an iconic hotel. It's been in movies, but it shut down about 3 years ago and reopened earlier this year as an intake center for asylum seekers. Now, this weekend they were at capacity, so these migrants were left to sleep on the sidewalk. You can see the only thing separating them from the concrete is cardboard. Except for these folks here, you can see them sleeping right on the concrete, right on the sidewalk directly. If you've been following news out of New York City, you know that this isn't new. This has been happening for the past couple of months. There have been more than 93,000 asylum seekers that have arrived here in the city since the spring. Officials have said that this migrant crisis is costing the city billions of dollars, at least $4 billion, and Mayor Eric Adams is asking for more federal help.
Which one of you was gonna tell me tea tastes different if you put it in hot water?
You're putting it in cold water?
Radish, answer the question, Radish. Yeah, I thought for like 5 years that people just put it into hot water to speed up the teaification process. Didn't realize there was an actual reason.
You don't have the patience to microwave water for 3 minutes?
Why are you putting it in the microwave to boil it?
Do you think I have the patience to boil water on a stove?
It takes less than a minute!
Besties, your stovetop powered by the fucking sun?
How long does it take you to boil a cup of water on the stove?
Like 7 minutes!
Just stick the mug on top of the stove on medium heat, and it boils in like 2 minutes. Less than that, and you use a saucepan.
You're putting the whole mug on the stove on medium heat! Your stove is enchanted.
Every single person in this post is a fucking lunatic.
Do none of you own a fucking kettle?
I love those booty shorts that say things on the back, but it's always like a little like misogynistic or sexualizing. You know, it's always like juicy or like big hoe or like property of Daryl or whatever. Which gave me the idea, what if we use the technology of booty shorts with words on the back of them to spread knowledge? So I started this company where I make booty shorts with just like sad facts on the butt because I know people are going to read it. You can put anything on a butt, people will read it. Put facts on it like Harvey Weinstein's been thanked at the Oscars as many times as God. There are currently 2,000 active serial killers in the U.S. This one, that's soon there'll be more plastic in the sea than fish. So now when anyone checks you out, they'll know about the climate crisis. You'll be making a difference with your butt. Here's one: 96% of murders committed by men. We gotta break that glass ceiling, ladies. And then I also just have like fun ones like OSHA compliant, the only ethical consumption under capitalism. And finally, is this where you want to be looking when Jesus returns? I make every pair by hand, and I also do them custom. So if there's a specific fact that you want, I can make that happen. But I'm about to do a new merch drop soon, so if there's any facts that you think I should put on the next drop, comment below and let me know.
Very simple graphs which project what's going to happen to the planet over the next 150 years if we don't do something drastic to stop it. From 1940 on, the quality of life diminishes. And here we are about the turn of the century, and we come up to the year 2020, and it's really come right back. More people, of course, means that you start to chew up your supply of natural resources. And this is this curve here, the N curve. And it shows that slowly but steadily, the pool of natural wealth in the world, natural resources, minerals, oil, and so on, is slowly but steadily diminishing. So this is the situation. As population increases, the quality of life decreases, and the supply of natural resources decreases. But have a look at this curve here. This is called the Z curve, and it represents pollution. Now, predictably enough, as the population increases up to 1980, pollution increases. There's more rubbish. But from 1980 to the year 2020, pollution really takes off. This is assuming, of course, that we don't do anything about it. So the year 2020, the condition of the planet starts to become highly critical. And if we don't do anything about it, this is what's going to happen. The quality of life is going to go right back to practically zero. Pollution is going to become so serious right out here that it will start to kill people. So the population will diminish. Right back here, less than it was in the year 1900. And at this stage, around about the year 2040, 2050, civilized life as we know it on this planet will cease to exist. Well, hopefully, of course, it won't be allowed to happen. But it's taken this kind of shock treatment to nudge governments into doing something, and slowly we are. We're starting to clean up our atmosphere. We're starting to recycle our rubbish. We're doing something positive about population control. But so far, our efforts have really been just a drop in the ocean.
So I'm almost 28 and I've never had a boyfriend, and I am honestly so grateful for social media because a lot of people have opened up about this, and I've realized that there are a lot of people in the exact same situation. But there's a set of very specific experiences that people who have been single forever can relate to, and an experience I had recently made me realize one of them. So if you're chronically single, you've never had a go-to person to help you with things, and where it's expected of them to help you. Like simple things like driving you to the airport or helping you move or helping you when you're sick. You've never had that specific person to call. And it's not like you have no one. You have your friends, you have your family, but you kind of have to go through this inner Rolodex in your mind of like, okay, who am I going to inconvenience right now? Because the level of expectation for them to help you is just different. So I realized this when I hurt my ankle a few weeks ago. I got injured in the afternoon, but it wasn't that bad. I was still able to kind of limp around and go about with my day. But later on at night, I was on the couch and I don't know what happened, but I stood up and my ankle hurt so bad I could not put any weight on it. I couldn't move. So it's kind of close to midnight at this point, and I'm like, who would I even contact right now? Like, who's gonna be awake? Who is gonna drive over here and help me? And what would they even do? Like, what are they gonna help me with at this point? Also, I should mention that I do have a roommate, but she was gone on a trip with her boyfriend, which I don't blame her for, but that just made that experience even more perfect. Okay, so anyway, I decide to just get on my hands and knees and crawl to my bed. And I lie down and I hope that I can stand up in the morning. So thankfully I could. My ankle did feel better the next day. But that experience just made me realize that I don't have a go-to person for situations like that. I think a lot of times people tell single people to just focus on the other relationships in their life, and that's all well and good, but there is this specific kind of loneliness and longing that other relationships just do not fill. And there are also a lot of good things that come with being an independent person, but it's also really hard. And this isn't to complain either, but I think sharing these kinds of experiences helps us feel more connected and less alone. So hopefully this little experience helps somebody out there.
Excuse me. Sorry. I was drawing in the cafe.
Oh my god, that is so cool.
Thanks.
Was he listening to music?
There was a song playing, you were like tapping your foot a bit.
Yep, that is so.
Oh, you are a drummer, really?
Oh,
I don't have any cash.
No, I don't need any cash.
No, that's fine.
But we're gonna take
Are you
that.
sure?
I'm gonna just use it for whatever you need to. New supplies.
Are you sure?
Goods, whatever. Yeah.
Thank you.
That's great. It's really good. You actually really captured him. There isn't time of day or night that my husband isn't tapping his foot or tapping his fingers or doing something into some kind of music. Cool. Where are you here?
Just look up Slip That Skills.
Okay, I'm gonna follow you. Awesome. You're gonna be famous, guys.
There you go.
Yes.
That's super cool. Look at some of these. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
So cool.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye.
Cheers. Cheers.
I'm about to be so petty, and I've never done something like this before, but there is a large creator who is just getting out of hand. So this is my mossy mirror that I made, and immediately she makes this, which is like, fine, that's what the coincidence, whatever. I have this green squiggle art gallery, and now she does too. The difference is she's hanging something else, so that's different, that's creative. But she's also ripping off my boyfriend's art. So that's my boyfriend's art. I have a monster head art gallery. He makes monster heads. They're so realistic and beautiful. This is her version. This is her monster head art gallery. Then I painted my room green and blue. They're very abnormal color choices, and I got a lot of hate for it, but I really love it, and I spent months choosing the colors. Look at what colors she's doing for her kitchen, and she's painting her appliances. So that's just like another weird coincidence. And she hung up this cake wallpaper that just happens to be my actual wallpaper line that I have. Look at this photo. orange couch, wallpaper, Monster Head Art Gallery. That orange couch is literally the knockoff of my orange couch, and that's my wallpaper, which is fine, anyone can buy it. I also created a gradient room where my whole room is gradients, and then she decided to make an ombre room. Strange coincidence. I have tried to talk to her about this, and I was like, please stop copying me, and she said, I don't want to
Look at this. Look at this. Is this white?
We're talking about...
Is this white?
We're talking about skin color.
I don't care. Is this white?
We're talking about skin color.
I don't care. Tell me your question.
Your skin
is it
color
white?
is white.
No, it's not. This is
Not
white.
that white. That's an object. We're talking about skin color.
This is the same color.
You're white.
This is the option.
So what you think you are? You think what color are you?
I'm peach.
Bro.
Stupid.
Don't call me stupid.